I've got over 2,000 games in my collection, and people always ask me if I've played them all. There's no way I can, but I don't know what percentage of the games I'm playing. So I'm starting a journey going through all of my games to see how many I have completed. Check out the previous ones in the series if you want to, but let's get into the second part of my Mega Drive collection. I'm going to start off with 4 bangers, to be fair. Bangers? Can I say that? Like, not as if, like, am I allowed to? I mean, does it make us seem like an absolute moron? We've got, and I'm just going to put them all up first so you can see the amazing box art. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog. We've obviously got Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You can see where this is going. We got Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And then, of course, we have the expensive cardboard. The one Nintendo-esque thing Sega try to do. Sonic and Knuckles with lock-on technology. So yeah, these games were the start of my game, and this is what started the whole love off for me. Next door, I've got Sonic the Comic. Did anyone else used to collect that? I used to get every 2 weeks. I've got like 200 odd episodes of that. I was always a collector then. I've still got like the stickers on the front. But these games were just helping my child ADHD brain that didn't understand to concentrate. And I love them. And the best is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And if you don't know, we class it as one game. And people class it as one game because Sonic 3 was coming out and it was supposed to have the Knuckles section on, but they rushed it out to get it out for Christmas. So they created this. Now, these are 2 great standalone games. Maybe this one a little bit short. So it wasn't just a let's knock out anything. There was 2 great games that came out. But what was really great about Sonic and Knuckles, enough from my ears, it had lock-on technology, which means slightly different from your normal cart we've got there. We've got the cart, but when you move this back, it's got another section where you can put another cart in. So what you would do, what you're supposed to do, is you put Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in there, and then you could start from the start of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and go all the way through to the full game that they meant. It was absolutely awesome. And if you put Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in there, you could play through Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as Knuckles, which broke the game because you could climb walls and get everywhere. And Sonic the Hedgehog 1, if you put that in, I think you couldn't play through as Knuckles. I'm pretty sure you could play through the blue sphere stages where you get the Chaos Emeralds. Anyway, I've talked a little bit longer than I normally do about those because, like I say, that's my start in the game. But obviously, we've played all 4 of those, so they go on the played pile. Right, let's start to get through. Speedball 2 is a sort of like trying to do a futuristic, like is it American football? Would you say it? A violent quasi-league future sport is what they say. I didn't really enjoy it. I'm not going to class this as played because I think I played a couple of minutes and I just didn't enjoy it. I got them on a bundle. I can remember it when I was a kid, but I never played it myself. Then we've got Sonic Spinball. So this is a pinball type Sonic game. It is like a pinball game, but you can control Sonic, so you can cheat a little bit if you're going to fall and stuff like that. I'm not too keen on it, but we have played it, so there's another one for the played pile. This was a great one. Sampras 96 is a great one because back before we had multi-taps and stuff, or we could just put on as many wireless controllers as whatever, what some people used to do on their carts, if you want 4 players, look at that. There are control ports even on the cartridge, so you could play a 4-player tennis game, and I thought that was cool. I never owned this as a kid, but I rented it loads. Pete Sampras is a very hairy man, by the way, and it's just a standard tennis game, nothing special or fancy. But back when these games were coming out, they were the first like sort of tennis games that looked like tennis games, and they were quite cool. And playing 4 players was awesome. Next, one of my favourite games on the system, we have Rocket Knight Adventures. I did used to have Sparkster as well for the Mega Drive, and I wish I still had it because that's very expensive. It was hard to see whether it was a sequel or a prequel because the art style changed. But basically, you play it as a little. What is he? I never ever thought about this. It doesn't say. Standard, he stole the princess, you got to go rescue her, but you got a jetpack sort of mechanic in it where you charge it up and you can do to get around things. All the levels had different things in them, they changed it up, which I thought was really good, and it gets ridiculously hard near the end. We have played that one. Next one, Terminator. I only say terminate like that because of this game. It's in the first song. Deliciously gory, this game. You play as Robocop, trying to take down Terminator. Hard, but not too hard. You can learn it. Loads of different cool guns and stuff like that. You can make the sort of... There's one gun where you can make the bullets go in the direction that you're pointing and stuff like that, and you just fill the level up. Really cool game. 2 really cool action stars. We have played that one. Run Away. I talked about this when I talked about my SNES games. I think I've got this. I got this game twice. I was talking about Lawnmower Man. This is a really bad game. It was hyped up. It looks like it shouldn't run on a Mega Drive. It shouldn't. It is really bad. Brian made the music. I've played it, but I'm not going to give it any more time. Revenge of Shinobi. In part of me wishes I sort of had like the Japanese version of this, because in the Japanese version, they just don't. Is it the Japanese or the Chinese? I don't know. They don't care about copyright. So your bosses were like Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk and stuff. I think and Batman. They had to change them for the Western releases because of copyright laws and stuff. But just cool. The first really cool ninja game. I really liked Shadow something. Let us know in the comments. One of the ways he's got his dog and he attacks people. I loved Ren and Stimpy when it came out. It is absolute 90s humour. I've got the DVDs, I think, the first series. It was completely out there. The game was cool. The comedy and stuff in it is mental. Quite a hard game. It's random platformer, but like Powdered Toast Man, I can always remember. We have played that one. I had that one as a kid. 2 games here, but we'll just count it as one. I had the original Quackshot just like on its own, but then I saw this pack. Everyone bangs on about Castle of Illusion. It's not better than a game that we'll get onto later. We'll not mention that one. Okay, but this is Quackshot. Quackshot's a great game. Play Quackshot. Castle of Illusion, don't believe the hype. There's another game better coming up that you can play. But really good game. There's no one we've played. One for the not played pile. Psycho Pinball. And this annoys us because it's in. Do I take it out of the sleeve? It probably loses value if you take it out of the sleeve. I'm not keen on pinball games. Go and play a pinball machine, the better. I mean, it's harder to find them these days, but just virtual pinballs never done anything out apart from, was it Space Cadet or something on Windows 95? They were great. But we've not played that one. I tested it to see if the cart worked, and it did. This one, a forgotten film that might bring back memories. The Page Master. This game is ridiculously hard for a game based on a kid's film with Macaulay Culkin in, and books that I always loved the thought of, like, the different books had the different personalities of them. It just appealed to me as a kid, but a great game. Apologise, yes, we have played that one. Apologise if there's been shining on there. I've not been checking on my screen. We'll have a look there. 2 games now. Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. Mortal Kombat 1, not a great game. The arcade was amazing. I don't like it on here. Mortal Kombat 2, they started to get the mechanics better and stuff like that. It was famous for its gore. If you don't know, this is the reason we had the age rating created across games and stuff, because of its gore and stuff like that. So it's got a place in history. Mortal Kombat games came on and were great. The N64 one I put ages into. Arcade games were great, but the first Mortal Kombat game not great on the Mega Drive. But yes, great games too, and it was better on the Mega Drive because you had red blood and you had to have green on the SNES because it was censored. Talking of tough games, we're getting more and more. We've got Mickey Mania. It also came out as Mickey's Wild Adventure on the PS1. But some of the scenes and stuff like that, this game is beautiful, and some of the scenes, the like pseudo 3D and stuff like that are awesome. Starts off easy and it gets ridiculously hard. There's this level where there's a spiral staircase and it's like fake 3D, and it is so hard to get up. If you've played it, you will know. Another one we've played, I've told you the Mega Drive was my first console. A lot of these I've played. A strange game. You got to help Michael Jackson to save children from cupboards with a monkey. I think we'll just move on that one. But apart of that, can anyone remember a Michael Jackson arcade game? That I always remember that one, but I never see it anywhere. Obviously, it's an arcade. Anyway, I'm messing up my alphabetical order here, but we'll do it anyway. World of Illusion. This is what I'm saying is better than Castle of Illusion. So much better. I put so many. It's a great co-op game. I put so many hours into this with my partner. Player 2. And it's just fun. I played as a kid with my cousin loads and loads. I mean, different paths and different levels based on whether you're playing like as Mickey, as Donald, or as Donald and Mickey, which I thought was great as a kid. Replayability there, right there. Loved this as a kid. Who else loved Tiny Toons? I feel like the Forgotten Tiger Adventures was a forgotten cartoon. A little bit more of an out there Looney Tunes and 90s Looney Tunes, but this game was really, really cool. I remember the map, an overworld map where you go to the levels and stuff, a little bit like Super Mario World, which I've not seen on many Mega Drive games, and loved it. And you got different, like, I wouldn't say summons, but you collect the things, and you'd collect these things, and the different characters would turn up to help you and stuff, which was cool. I played that one. Next one, just another good run and gun on the Mega Drive called The Terminator. Really good one. So yeah, we played that one. Not much to say about it, just a run and gunner. Really hard game, this one. I don't think I ever completed this as a kid. Tasmania. This is the American version, the Genesis version. I don't know why I have the Genesis version and not the Mega Drive version. There we have the Genesis cart as well. I don't even test to see if it works on the Mega Drive. Didn't realise that. Because it looks so much like the Mega Drive version. Great game. I love Tasmania. And all that jazz. Played that one. This one was a rental game for me. Talmud's Adventure. That's my little boy in the corner watching me record. Can you give us a... Go on. Good boy. Talmud's Adventure. I rented this a couple of times as a kid. Enjoyed it. Never had it. But now I've got grown-up money, so we do. There are levels on roller coasters, like platforming on roller coasters. I hate those type of levels. There's some in Rocket Knight Adventures as well. But really, really, really cool game. Next, we got two of the best games on the system. We got Streets of Rage, and then they only went and just amazing second album. Streets of Rage 2, for me, the best game. Looks nothing like the characters in it, but it's a great game. This is the game I will go back all the time and play. Great in co-op, great on your own. It's just fun. It's what games were. I would go back to this all the time and play it, and I rarely go back to play games, so amazing. I do need 3 for the collection, but it's expensive because it didn't sell small. Talking about expensive games, Story of Thor. I had this as a kid. Not many people know it. It was like a little bit like a Zelda-like RPG on the Mega Drive. It is a great game. You get different elements, like you can summon an ice element, a fire element, and stuff like that. Someone mentioned earlier on in one of my comments when I've made a video about this, about the directional enemies and stuff were a little attacks were a little bit harder. But hey ho. It's just a great game, beautiful game as well, beautiful game. Anyway, so yes, we've played that one, and the last one is Spot Goes to Hollywood. Everyone, I talked about Cool Spot in my last video, which I have. Not many people know we had a sequel. It's a cool game, isometric 3D, sort of looking down at them, so it's hard to control. If you think of Sonic 3D, if you played that one, it's that type of thing. You go through different film genres. It's a cool game, and I had it as a kid, and not many people had it. So yeah, a lot more games that we've played. So let's do the fast forward, double check count of how many games we're adding on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 26 games that we've played there, and 2 that we haven't played in the collection. So we'll add them to the numbers. Oh, mix it up again. That side. So that tells you how many games I've played there now. High percentage, but we're moving on to other systems now where it might start to drop. Can I say a big thank you to all my Patreons? Thank you so much. There your names there, lovely people, help making this possible and worthwhile. And seeing as you heard them, do you want to come and say goodbye? So you got your Batman mask on. You want to say goodbye? No, leave your mask on. Leave your mask on. Anonymity is your friend when you're a superhero. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.